Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Ohrmundt Simmentals. This is Chris. All right, it is Friday afternoon, and it is the start of Labor Day weekend. I guess you'd call it that. I mean, I'm home from work, but I'm only home for a few minutes because I need to get these guys on a new chunk of grass. All right, let's take a quick peek at the cows, and then I got to get going. We did win our first freshman game last night. We played Hudson. They're like 2.5 hours away. So luckily, we did not have to go over there. They came to us. But we won 14-0. Kids played really well. Saw some good things. Good sign for the rest of the season. Hudson's typically a really solid program. Next week I go to Eau Claire. It's about an hour and a half away. Just making a quick look at these animals. But everybody's looking pretty decent. Not noticing anything major. Calves are pretty decent. This is one of our cowboy cut yearling heifers, you know, so she's looking pretty decent. Hopefully she comes on a little bit more next year with her milk. Would be nice to see. And then this is her mic drop calf. That's Puffy Face. This here is one of our Bruno daughters, yearling heifer, Bruno daughter. She looks really nice. And then this is our True Justice out of ZBG. So she's a True Justice out of an upgrade daughter, yearling heifer. All right, let's get out of the field and start getting back. Got to close the wires and head to practice. So on the dock for this weekend, Dad and I were firing back a few things. We filled up the list pretty good. I do have off on Monday for Labor Day, which is nice. But there is getting the disc spine back together with that spring, finishing cutting the oats, and then possibly some more cutting some more second crop. And then there is picking up second crop bales. They will need more mineral tomorrow. I need to get up tractor supply this weekend also. But I need to get to practice, so I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey, good morning. It is Saturday morning. So cows removed yesterday. They actually did clip quite a bit of that off, but that is okay. That's fine. We're going to feed them a bale this afternoon, so we stay ahead of them getting hungry or wanting anything, that kind of stuff. This morning, I think we're going to start out in the shop. Okay, so yeah, I did buy myself a birthday present. But I did buy my birthday present, one, because Fleet was actually having what they call their bucket sale. If you can fit it in the bucket, it's 15% off. And then I have a Fleet credit card, so I get tons of rewards, and they build up over time. So I thought this would be a good addition to our arsenal. So I got myself the 18-volt Milwaukee cordless grinder. Two reasons. One, there comes times when you're gonna need to grind somewhere that's not, within 100 feet of an outlet, where an extension cord is gonna be able to reach. Plus, as I want to start cleaning and fixing up that one corner in my garage and kind of getting it more into, workable shop area, I need a grinder. I'm gonna also need a table vise and stuff like that, for little things like sharpening lawnmower blade. And then I did order 2 batteries, because I do have the cordless drill, the Milwaukee drill, and then I only got 1 battery with that drill. So then I ordered 2 more batteries. They're actually the aftermarket batteries, so we're gonna see how they work. I don't know what Dad did with... He said he got that spring, or brought that spring home. Oh. I thought he said he couldn't get this in. Okay, so he got a spring, and it's essentially the same spring. The guy said he thought it came off of a Heston disc spine, but it needs to get down here, and Dad's saying that he can't, and I'm guessing what we're probably going to have to do is put a jack under here, jack this thing up, and then get that in there. That's what I'm guessing we got to do. All right, so we got the spring in, and we're starting to pick up tension. It's just pinned down there. It has a bushing, so it looks to be about the same diameter as the old one. We have to take it back to the driveway because that's the flattest area, but we're just gonna run it up and down and then get that thing to go up and down evenly. That's basically the name of the game. So all we need is the impact wrench, and we should be good to go. So we got the springs set pretty close, still not raising and lowering quite even, kind of like comes up, and then that our left side wants to sag down a little bit, and I'm not really sure why. And it's enough that the transport, there's like a little leg that kicks into a pad to act as, you know, for locking it out for transport. So when you raise it all the way up, that slaps in position, and for whatever reason, it started last year and it doesn't want to do it. Like that side doesn't raise up quite enough, and we just, looking at it, we can't figure it out. So we're gonna have to dig into that a little deeper. We're going to touch up the blades again, and honestly, we're gonna try out the new grinder and see how it works. All right, so the new Milwaukee grinder works really good. I think the plan of attack for the rest of today is there's a nice chunk of second crop up on the hill that we want to cut. So before we do that, we're going to go grab a load of bales, little second crop bales down by the pit. And to do that, we're going to use the John Deere 2030. So we got to hook it up. We got to unhook it from the coon rake and buzz down there. Give this little guy a workout today. All right, let's pick up some second crop bales. All right, so Dad's gonna unload that, and then we'll take a little bit of a break, and then Dad will probably go up and cut. So Dad's starting to cut on that. It's okay. It looks like it kind of petered out about a week or two ago as far as growth, but you know, we'll still get probably 10-12 bales off of it. We're gonna go check another field tomorrow morning to see if he wants to cut that one. I'm gonna head back to the farm, gonna grab the loader tractor and a bale wagon, and I'm gonna go grab the rest of those bales from the pit field, and then probably nab the rest of the like 5 or 6 bales that's on the field right next to the farm at the neighbor's place. So we got the last 7 bales off of this pit field. They're all loaded up, and we're gonna go grab the ones that are right across from the farm, right next to the neighbor's place. All right, we got those bales picked up and unloaded. So I did get my my aftermarket Milwaukee batteries. It actually had some reviews behind it, so we'll try them and we'll see how they do. They do have a little bit of juice on them, so hopefully they don't suck. If they do, then that's on me for buying garbage, and I will then just buy Milwaukee batteries. But if they are halfway decent, well, then they're halfway decent. So we'll see. I'm gonna hook up the chopper. My voice is like really thrown off the last couple days because, let's put it this way. Thursday night I had our freshman game, which we won, by the way. Friday the varsity had their second game, first home game. Was not so good. Which I do work at as well on the sidelines. But so between the freshman game and the varsity game, there's a lot of yelling and screaming. A lot of positive yelling and screaming, not just all negative yelling and screaming. But it definitely is a different exercise for the voice. So it gets a little scratchy from time to time. So I am definitely trying to keep up with my fluids. All right, but I'm going to move the chopper. I want to move Dad's truck because it's kind of in the way, just in case I fire it up again and wash it and stuff. But I want to get it right here in front of the shop. So that's essentially how you sharpen those knives. And then after you sharpen the knives, then you'll adjust the cutter bar now on the bottom so that you can cut it finer. So then this is what it looks like. These aren't too bad, but if you wanted to finish it, probably a little bit more, and then adjust the cutter bar. Okay, let's do a quick once around and see what it looks like first. 2030 doesn't need a bath yet. All right, so that took a little bit longer than I thought it would. But maybe it's hard to see, but there is some improvement here. So she definitely looks a little nicer than it did before. Got a lot of the old grease off the gears. I mean, some of it's still on there. I'm not going to sit here for, 2 hours trying to get every ounce of grease off of there. But just want to get some of that, that mildewy stuff that kind of starts growing on equipment that sits outside for, a couple of years, few years or whatever. So did that. Hey, good morning. It is Sunday morning. I still have this load of gravel in my driveway. What I want to do is put the bucket on and start scraping this back. There'll be fresh gravel put here against the garage. But over the years, it's just over the years, it's just kind of gotten away from me a little bit. So this very well could be the last hay that we haul for the year. It was just able to fit. So we don't think we quite hit 90 bales. We thought we were at about 90 bales, but don't think we're quite there. We'll have to count them up. We're not sure. All right, so Dad's gonna unload that. Hey, good morning. It is Monday morning. It is Labor Day, so happy Labor Day to everybody. And what do we do on Labor Day? We labor. I'm gonna start out working on this guy. I got some of it spread out yesterday. All right, so I've got 85% of it spread out, and it's not turning out too bad. Basically, the name of the game is just putting some, like an inch or so of fresh gravel on top of the old stuff, because I don't know, I might have been 5 the last time we brought gravel in. Okay, maybe not that old, but it's been a long time, and what happens is it just kind of gets ground into powder. I mean, granted, you could go and you could dig that up and there's good granite underneath there. It's just that top layer will get kind of pulverized into sand. So every so often you want to bring in some fresh granite. All right, so we're gonna go set up a paddock for the cows, get them some fresh grass. Honestly, all we're gonna do is take that whole east field and I'm just gonna cut it in half. We're gonna call it good. All right, so like I said, I'm basically just take this whole east strip from the road, just all the way down to there, yellow water. I'm basically just gonna cut it in half, because legitimately there's probably only a day's worth of grass out here and a day's worth of grass out here, but we're gonna keep them on these chunks for at least 3 days, and we will bale graze them. We'll get some bales out here, especially Wednesday night. Wednesday night's gonna be a little weird, because Thursday, once I leave for work, I'm not gonna be back until probably 10-11 o'clock at night. So Wednesday night I will be feeding, and Dad won't be home either. So Wednesday night I'm probably gonna feed like 3 bales just to kind of cover my ass on whether or not they have enough feed. So it'll take them a few minutes to get down there. Just as long as they don't start running around. Goggle Gerg's always looking good. She's like, why walk all the way down here when I got like prime grass here? All right, so now what we're going to do is Dad's gonna come over, and we got that cripple steer. And he's been great. Honestly, I mean, from where he was in March, you would have said there's definitely a possibility you should put him down. But we didn't. We're like, you know what? He still eats, he still drinks, and we'll wait him out and see what happens. He is going to get hauled in tomorrow. Not to the sale barn. There is another place. It's actually one of the big sausage makers, and what they actually like is lean beef, and that's what he is going to be, so that they can mix it in with the fats and stuff, because he honestly just doesn't have any fat on him. And that's like a place where you can take, you know, real old cows, or just cows that aren't going to do good at the sale barn, but they're still, I mean, they're still viable. So we're going to load him up on there. We're going to bed it down, give him a big bucket of water, so he's good for the night, and then Dad can hook him up and take him in tomorrow. But what we're going to do, and this was a thought that we had when we did the fence project, is we're going to back up and we're going to see if we can load him up right here. We're not sure if we can or not. Come on, buddy. Come on. Up, 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 up. Come on. Up, up, up. All right, so that didn't work out so well. He is now in the barn, and we'll get him in the way we usually get him in. This should be easier. Come on, up, up, up. Up, 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 up. There we go. Now close. Still a little stubborn. He definitely serves a purpose. So I think it was it worth the extra work? Yeah, probably. So he definitely got pampered while he was here, that was for sure. So we got him loaded up. He's got a big pile of hay in there, second crop hay, and then I'll get him some water. And then he's gonna chill out in the trailer tonight. And in a couple hours the sun will be down and it'll be nice and cool in there. All right, he is all loaded up. Got him his bucket of water in the back corner, and he'll be just fine for the rest of the night. And then Dad will haul him in tomorrow morning. So that'll be nice. I mean, we've probably hung on to him a little bit longer than we should have, but that's all right. It's not like he's eating us out of house and home. Hope you guys had a great Labor Day. Hope you got to relax, take a little time off, maybe watch some videos. But I hope you guys liked the video. If you got any questions, please leave them in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thanks for coming along.